Hey, what's going on? It's Sparks. That's Pike over there. Thanks for hanging out with us today. It's kind of a different one, right? Pike, I'm moving. I am in transit right now.
Yeah.
This whole studio is going to look different in my parents' basement. It's not going to look like that. I'm going to have to transfer this to the new place. I mean, to the new Sparks Radio Studios is what we're going to be calling it. AKA
Fancy.
Yes. Cleveland, Ohio. So
do they still have your bedroom set up like it was when you were a kid? Or have they turned it into something else? I hope it's not.
No, it's not even the same. It's not in the house I grew up in. It's a different house.
Damn.
Yeah. I didn't grow up in. This house is way nicer than the house I grew up in. It's like, I mean, I grew up in a nice house. I'm not going to sit there and deny it, but this one is like an actual, like it's a big house. And it's just my parents. And they're like, we got plenty of room. And I'm like, cool, because I'm unemployed. So it sounds like a plan. So I'll be getting there very shortly. Hopefully we get back up and running to our normal show on the 1st of November. That's what I was just looking at.
That's cool.
The
All right.
schedule.
Yeah, my parents never touched my room. So I go home and like there's still crusty socks on the floor.
Really?
Like it's just like a museum. Like it was just preserved.
You got jizz socks all over the ground.
Yeah. The memories come rushing back to
yeah. Yeah, if I was your parents, I wouldn't want to touch those either. Like, Jesus, no. Hey, Mom, why do you have 2 paint sticks always in the corner? Oh, that's for when I had to wash your jizz socks constantly in high school.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, my parents, they sold that house. They have no regard for memories at all.
That's too bad.
Do you go in your bedroom and you're like, oh, these were the days?
Yeah, you can still it's like a time machine. You sit down on the end of your bed and you just like, it's right back to jerking off in the socks days. It's weird. But now you can make some new memories.
Oh, man, do I ever. I've got a new bed and a fresh bag of socks. I can't wait. It's going to be just awesome. It's going to be like the good old days when I was miserable and fat and single.
Oh, you were fat.
Ooh. Yeah. Actually, we talk about that in the interview with Rich, which is a good segue because that's why we're recording this right now. We talked to my friend. His name is Rich Knickles. He is a fashion industry insider, as you could say. He works in the fashion industry. And look, I'm going to fuck this up. I always do. He's a buyer and purchaser of specifically, I think it's like urban men's streetwear or something like that. He explains it in the interview. He says what he is, but he's the guy who buys the products from like Nike and Puma and Adidas and puts them in stores for you to go, oh, that's cool and that's fashionable and that's the new stuff. I need to have it. He's the guy who's like pulling the strings, making this whole thing happen.
Literally gets paid to shop for clothes, which is every woman's fucking dream.
Yes, and his. Look, I've known him since high school. He's always been into fashion. He always loves it. And by the way, make sure you're following him on Instagram. It's at Richard Gears. You'll get a link to that in the description below and in the show notes. But in the interview, he kind of downplayed how good of an artist he is. Rich is a phenomenal artist, especially if you like comics and like comic book stuff. Rich is he's awesome. Like he's a real talented dude. So
you got cool friends, man. That'd be awesome to have a fashion dude. All my friends are like construction workers. Offer absolutely nothing unless I plan to construct a highway.
Yeah, but that's cool.
No help.
That's good, dude. Yeah. Construction worker dudes can always help out. You know what I mean? I'm good at nothing. Like, I'm the bum friend of this group, dude. My other friend I was talking about is a doctor.
Jesus.
Rich is in the fashion industry. I've got nothing. I'm moving into my parents' basement. I'm the fucking leech of this friends group that I have. But I have like 6 friends, and I make sure I hang on to them. That's all I got. You probably have. Good. How many do you have? You got a lot of friends?
How many friends?
Yeah.
Shit, I haven't counted.
Yeah,
it's like it's like
too many
6 to 10. 6 to 10.
Oh, I'm in double digits. I'm Pike. I'm the fun guy. Come hang out with me.
No, man. When you never leave your hometown, it's like you're still right there, you know?
Oh,
you never lose them unless you piss them off.
Well, let's do this. Let's say we are going to launch into the interview with Rich, okay? But I do have something here. This is a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway. I know. What a big announcement, man. Look at this. Giveaway is going to happen. So what is this? I'll explain what this is. Pike, play along. Go. Wow, what is that?
Oh, what is that thing?
Oh, dude, it's a drum head, you dumb fuck. How could you not know
What's
that?
a drum head?
You're an idiot.
Fuck you.
No, this is actually, Pike, you went to the show, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I was there. You gave me tickets.
Oh,
As your
man.
young protege. You
There it is.
hooked it up.
That's right. This is a drum head from the Uproar Festival 2010 tour. It's framed. It's actually really nicely framed. It even has like these little cutouts of guitars here and everything. It's pretty sweet. And it is completely signed by some bands. Now, what band signed this? I don't know 100%, but I know Hailstorm did because Hailstorm signed it. I know for a fact that's Vinnie Paul's signature. Hell Yeah was on the tour. That's Chad Gray of Hell Yeah and Mudvayne fame as well. Vinnie Paul, of course, Hell Yeah and Pantera. I know for a fact that this is Upside Down, and it's Dan Donegan from Disturbed. So Disturbed, I'm pretty sure, signed this as well.
Damn.
But the bands on the tour were Disturbed, Avenged Sevenfold, Stone Sour, Hailstorm, Hell Yeah, and a bunch of other ones. And I got a bunch of people to sign this. There's even some like purple. You can't really see green up here in the corner as well. So a bunch of people signed this from the tour. I am moving. So I'm cleaning out my stuff, and I'm like, somebody would probably think this is super dope because it is.
Hell yeah.
So look, if you want this for no dollars, all you got to do is click the card in the top right corner of the screen right now. That'll take you to a link of the video where I explain how to win this sucker, okay? And if you're listening to the podcast, click on the link in the show notes if you want to win this free signed drum head by a bunch of killer bands. Could potentially be Avenged Sevenfold, Corey Taylor, Disturbed. I just don't remember. It was a long time ago, but it's been sitting in my closet. So I want to give it away. It's framed, the whole thing. I'll hook you up. Click on the card, or if you're listening, click in the show notes. It'll take you to the video to get hooked up. But enough of the freebies. All right, let's get to the interview. Let's talk to Rich. We ask him questions like, hey, what do we do about fashion as two white guys that know nothing about it? What can an average guy do to increase, how he looks to the females? What else do we ask him? Pike, what was your favorite takeaway?
What should we throw away immediately? And I guarantee everybody listening has like at least two of these things in their closet. So that was helpful.
Yeah,
I already burned them.
It was a great job. Yes, you're 100% right. And then we ask Rich to assess our clothes as well. So we put up the examples you'll see, and he'll judge us on how we're doing in a fashion sense. And
spoiler.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good.
Not good at all. So please enjoy this interview we have with Rich Knickles. Follow him on Instagram. It's at Richard Gears with a Z if you want to see his artwork. And we appreciate it. Let's jump in the interview. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. We got Richard Knickles. Rich, what's your actual title here in the fashion industry? What's your title?
I am a men's apparel buyer for Chic Shoes LLC, which operates out of 6 states, 50 stores. And I also am the apparel and footwear buyer for karmaloop.com, which has been around for actually this year, 2 decades. We were one of the first fully e-commerce fashion platforms. And that's why I'm here in sunny Southern California as opposed to ice cold Boston this time of year.
That's right. Yeah. You were originally living in Boston, and then you got moved out there to LA. So we got a lot of questions. One thing that we're going to do here on the show today is, Rich, we're going to ask you to judge Pike and I's fashion sense, because God knows that, dude, you're the guy who is like, you're the guy who's putting the clothes in the stores for people to buy. So it's kind of like on you. The whole thing is on your shoulders, whether or not your company's making money or not, because you're the guy who decided to put those clothes in there. I got a lot of questions before we get to that, but before we start doing that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, give a like, And if you want any fashion tips, maybe we can drop a comment and I can ask Rich and he can maybe help you out with those as well. So, Rich, you've known me since high school. We went to high school together in Cleveland. Pike, I've known you for probably like 12 years now. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, sounds right.
A long time. Okay. And neither one of us, Pike, I can speak confidently, have an ounce of fashion sense. Okay. We don't have any sense of what goes into style. I always thought style is something you cannot buy. It's got to be something you're born with, kind of a deal. Is that fair to say?
Because I actually remember when I was young and I was asking you about what I should wear, and you were giving me fashion advice. Back in the day. Remember what you said?
What?
This is what you said. I swear to God, I remember sitting in your office going, dude, I just can't find like my identity. What looks cool on me? And you said, just think about some guy that you like who's a rock star you think is cool. Just dress like that. And I'm like, you know what? That's what's better than what I've been doing.
Yeah.
So then I did that. So thanks, man.
Wait a minute. Do I always give you advice, Pike? Like, how often am I giving you advice? You make it sound like I'm constantly giving you advice.
There was like a year there where I was in your office asking about shit girls and clothing, and work.
So Matt's like your fairy godfather / mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah. We already established a few episodes ago that he was basically a daddy figure for me throughout my 20s.
I love how
I'm glad you're here, Rich.
Yeah, because I'm the one to give you advice on fashion and girls. You have a horrible sense of who you should take advice from. I'm the last person you should ever take advice when it comes to how do I get girls and then what should I wear?
I don't know about that, Matt. You've had, you're doing pretty well for yourself right now, bro.
I am. Don't get me wrong. I lucked out. I'm married to a hot Latina. Yeah, I'm very happy.
You're doing well for yourself right now, for sure.
Thank you.
Hey, Rich, in high school, can you just quick describe his sexual activity in high school? Do you remember? It was pretty wild, I bet. If I had to guess.
Yeah. I was cleaning up.
All right, so there was a point I was looking at old photos. Like, I'm fat now, but there's a point where Matt was like this fat in high school. I remember when this dude lost 60 pounds, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I can see it. But I was looking at photos freshman year. I was like, this dude was definitely a virgin, for sure. He was not getting any skins, for sure.
Thank you for confirming what we've all suspected.
Suspected? How many times have I said it here on the show? Yes, clearly a virgin. Yes, fat kid.
Around senior year, though, Matt turned the corner. I'm like, yeah, I see some white girls checking him out. He got a little something about him now. I see what he's doing. All right.
Definitely a virgin going into high school. Are you kidding me? Yes. That's the thing, man. Everybody thinks I was skinny my whole life. No, dude, I was a fat kid with glasses since the 3rd grade. I love comic books. I love cartoons. I was not a hit with the ladies.
Yo, but weren't you a sick skateboarder too, though?
No, I sucked at I like skateboarding, but I was always bad.
Oh, I thought you was killing it. Plus size.
No.
On a plus size double wide board. I thought you was out there.
All right, so Rich, you are a product buyer. You talk to these major companies that make these clothes, and then you put them in the shops. Okay, so I imagine how the fashion industry works. It goes from you have the designers, they put it out on the runway. Then you have and correct me if I'm wrong, they put it out on the runway. Then companies go, I like that, that, and that. They buy the designs. They mass produce it. They then talk to you saying, we got to put it on stores, whether it's online or in a physical store, and then you go, I like that one, that one, that one, and then you put it in the store. Is that how the fashion industry works? Or I'm skipping the part where 6-year-olds are making our clothes, but it's somewhere in there.
No, we'll get to there.
Yeah.
Nah, so what a lot of people don't understand is, number one, that does work for what you'll call couture. That's how it's going to work for Gucci. That's how it's going to work for Louis. But those guys are so direct to consumer that's a lot of that stuff you see on runways never makes it to any floor, never makes it to a retail sales opportunity, that kind of stuff. Generally what happens is that the industry sees all the stuff that Louis, Gucci, and all these high-end brands are putting out, and the whole industry just kind of knocks it off. You know, like imagine Kanye West drops a mixtape, and every other artist down the line 6 months from now is going to be using riffs. They're going to be using taglines. They're going to be using bars that he used for the whole rest of their careers. And that's basically the way the industry works. So for us, we work directly with companies like Nike and Adidas and Puma, et cetera. And we're actually booking the styles 6 months to 8 months to sometimes a year before it actually ever hits the floor.
Oh, wow.
So you're kind of thinking actually in the future. And then keep in mind too, Nike, Adidas, and Puma are sometimes 18 months ahead of what they actually put out on the floor. So they're already planning right now for almost 2022, if not 2022, almost probably in some cases 2023, depending on what they're working on. So our job is to sort of take, you know, they sort of give you a menu, and your job is to, and the menu is limited, right? Like, so for instance, because of the way our industry works, you can't just jump in and buy whatever you want. You have a very limited menu, and here's what you can buy, here's what you can't buy. Where it gets fun is that because, you know, we're a store, we have apparel, we have footwear, we do get to buy from other brands. And that's kind of more what you guys are talking about as far as, hey, I like this, I like that. You know, some guys give us an opportunity to say, hey, instead of like a blue stripe, let me get a red stripe, you know, just stuff like that. And that's kind of really where, you know, I get to sort of get my feet wet as far as what I think works for our particular business. Because like I said, with Nike, Adidas, those guys, you got a really limited menu.
Okay. So, and who is normally your demographic? Because I guarantee it's like Pike and me, right? Am I?
Nah. So
No?
Nah, so Chic is what Nike calls, like, I think like the T4, T6, whatever it is. And it's basically a limited group of apparel specialty retailers that service the urban community. So like, you know, there's like, I think like 3 or 6 chains down the I-95 corridor on the East Coast. And then there's a couple guys on the West Coast, us, as Shoe Palace and Chic. And we service pretty much, you know, a very Black, maybe a small percentage of Asian, and very Hispanic customer base.
Okay.
So, you know, we're talking like, for us, a good place would be like, you know, like maybe like Shaker Heights, Cleveland Heights, East Cleveland, stuff like that.
Yeah. No, that makes total sense. Yes. So what you're saying is you focus on the people that set what cool is. And then us crispy white guys are like, yeah, that's great. Like a year and a half later, we're like, we're edgy, man. And then, yeah, I understand. Yeah. You guys bleed cool. And then we come around and we're like, is it on sale? Right. And then we ended up picking it up that way. Yeah. Okay. All right. Perfect.
As soon as it hits that rack at Kohl's, then we swoop it right up.
It depends though, because it's a lot of savvy, cunning 19-year-old white kids out here spending stupid money on stuff on StockX and Go. So I mean, you can get to it if you want to. You ain't got to buy it on sale. That's the crazy part. You can, but
yeah,
for you guys, I'm suggesting you go ahead and hit that TJ Maxx.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
You know, dip your toe into it before you spend all your money. You know what I mean? Get a comfort zone with yourself first. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I feel like like the photos, we each got, Pike grabbed 2 photos of himself and I grabbed 2 photos of myself. And I tried to grab like ones of that I still wear. And Rich, I swear to God, these clothes I'm wearing are maybe at minimum 5 years old. Like they are.
Vintage. It's vintage.
Yeah, I have my theory on fashion is that if you just keep wearing it, it'll come back around in style.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Isn't that solid?
Except bell bottoms.
Except bell bottoms.
I've not seen bell bottoms come back yet. I have seen the George Washington tights come back, but I've not seen bell bottoms come back.
Well, can I ask you what the fuck is going on with the fanny pack, dude? Last time I went to a festival, white women fanny pack. I mean, it's just, dude, it is a plague upon the suburban white woman right now. I don't know what's happening to the fanny pack and neon. It's like neon and fanny pack.
Tie-dye.
Tie-dye is huge. It's like the 90s.
It's like a really big, you know, early 90s, late 80s resurgence, which it feels like that's always the era we kind of lean back to. Like when you think of alternative music, we never really left 94.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing with fashion. Like everything's so 80s inspired, and how can we, it's just a lot of just not people being creative and just whatever. But the fanny pack thing in our industry was big maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. And it just kind of like died, thank God. Cause like I remember, I'll go to like Melrose and there's like, 6'4", 20-something white kid. And he's just got all this like Supreme and Bape. And this dude had this huge, like looked like he was carrying like almost like a bulletproof vest fanny pack or like Cable from the future, like gun holster. I'm like, dude, what is this? This dude's rolling up on people like, hey, you need weed or pills? I got all of it. I'm like, oh, is that what it is? Like, oh, this whole time I'm thinking it's like a fashion thing, but nah, this is a drug accessory. This is like, as a white man, I can get around, incognito with my drug shit. Like, okay, cool. That makes way more sense now. So
yes,
maybe that's what it was.
Yes. And if he was doing the same thing in like the early 2000s, it would be cargo shorts, and I feel like they've
Sorry, guys.
It's all good. It's all good. I couldn't believe it, man. The fanny pack is just going haywire right now. It's trickled down. It needs to die. And the music industry right now is so 80s. I hate it. Everything's synth. Yeah. Everything's like really electronic. And I'm like, I don't need any more robots. I want a human touch. I want to feel it. What do you think, Pike? Is it, if you feel like you're in the 80s?
I would agree.
Again?
Yeah, man. A lot of, even my favorite bands, they're like, well, they'll write it on a guitar and then it's like they just go, oh, this would sound cool if it was a fucking church organ or some synthesizer, and it's stupid. Right. You don't feel it. I've never heard a synth and connected with it.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Pike, let me challenge you on that. You never heard the the little synth on like maybe like a Phil Collins record? It was like, ooh, I kind of like the way that that little synth hit that.
Yeah. Phil Collins is going to be the exception because absolutely. Right. That's not what I had in mind.
Yeah, no. The thing with the 80s music is like as I get older, like there's a lot of good 80s music. I think the part is we took the most like inorganic crap from the 80s and decided that like that's gonna be where we're going forward with. You know what I mean? Like, cause there's like, I'm like listening to stuff my mom and my dad listen to. I'm like, damn, this is super crappy. Like you said, like the synth and the auto tune and you can just hear the plastic keyboard keys just like clicking when when they're playing it.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't deal with it. I hate all that 80s shit. I do. Except for a few. There's a few that I don't know. There's a few that survive that are good, but I feel like the same thing is in fashion.
Any retro, there's no retro new wave 80s riff guys that I think we need right now today. There's nobody biting that style that like, oh, we need this. They're like we're past that for sure.
Yeah, I know.
I would agree.
I feel like it's going to swing back the other way. What do we have to look forward to in the future, Rich? And then we're going to get to what you think of our fashion sense. What do we have? What's the next thing? Because if I'm listening to this episode, if I'm listening to this podcast, and I'm like, let's just say I'm a crispy white guy, go figure, that is listening to the show, and they're like, hey, man, I kind of, I got to update my 5 T-shirt rotation. What should I get? Like, what's coming up that will last me? You think, well, like, what's a clean staple that you should put in your closet?
I think as a black guy that follows fashion and understands the racial repercussions of fashion, I'm a big fan of white guys just completely leaving polos alone forever.
Because I'm sitting on a pile of about 15
what's wrong with polos?
Right,
hold on a second.
I see a white dude in a polo and I'm just like, bro, we can do so much better, man. Like, like the flannel is cool, but white guys just go right to the polo. It's like, hey, we gotta get you guys out of the collar, get you into a better T-shirt. Go ahead.
If you're like, I didn't even have to leave my chair to reach down and grab.
We gotta
this gray.
We gotta drop. As my brother in humanity, you white guys gotta leave the polos for the golf course and the tech guys at Best Buy. That is where the polo needs to sort of park itself. Because y'all have abused the polo beyond recognition. I mean, I go to a steakhouse, like suit jacket and a polo. It's like, bro, you got to take that shit off.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. You're paying us all up there. You make me feel like, any white guy in a polo is going to start giving me financial advice. It just sounds bad. Damn it.
You know what it is? Very safe. It feels very safe, very comfortable, very cozy. It doesn't involve a lot of risk. You know what I mean? It's kind of versatile, but it's not the one.
It's not the one. All right. So there you have it. You heard it here from Rich, who is in the fashion industry in Southern California. This man knows you should burn all your polos. Like just get
and not burn all of them.
Purge them. Get rid of
most of them.
Most of them.
You know what? Keep one. Avoid the black and yellow Fred Perry polo.
Yeah, isn't that a racist thing?
Yeah, avoid that. I just found that out. Avoid that one. Look, if you want to do a black and red polo, black and white,
yeah.
Hey, if it's a Ralph Lauren, a Latigra, cool. Those kind of muted colors with the weird stripes, nope. Don't even grab it. Leave it on the shelf.
Got it. All right, good to know. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate it. Can I just get a quick assessment here? So if you're watching youtube.com/Sparks Radio, check it out. We got Pike. He is in a t-shirt. I'm in a t-shirt, Rich. Let's start with Pike. What do you got there, Pike? You want to stand up? Give us an example?
Yeah, I can. So what this is going to be is a vintage Fargo Marathon t-shirt. It appears to be kind of like an aquamarine color. It's got the logo here on the chest, and then on the back, if I turn around for you.
Yeah, here we go. Pike is turning around.
It's like got a guitar on it, which doesn't make a lot of sense because it was for the marathon.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then kind of to couple with that, I do have a blue Live Strong bracelet.
That's nice.
The Live Strong bracelets is coming back. You want something there.
Okay.
They're coming back.
And then of course the backward.
I had them in every color, man. So they're coming back. I'm ready for that.
Nice. Okay, and he's got his backwards hat on as well. Okay, so little snapback. What do we have here on a scale from 1 to 10, Rich? What are you rating Pike? And I'm
gonna give Pike a nice 6.
Really?
I'm gonna give him a 6. I'm gonna tell you why. One is I always I'm always expecting the white boys to come with the comfort, something that maybe his uncle gave him that Fargo Marathon. He feels the way about it. You know what I mean? But the thing Pike did is he's got some accessories on him. He's got the hat. He's got the hat backwards, meaning, hey, look, I'm comfortable, but I'm also ready to get it in if I need to. And the wrist accessory says Pike's ready for it. You know what I mean?
Nobody is less ready to get it in than I am. Nobody. But thank you.
All right, 6 out of 10 for Pike. That's way better than I thought he was going to get. All right, so here's here's what I got. I have on accessories. I'm wearing a watch. I have an Apple Watch on. I have a wedding ring.
Yep.
That's it for accessories. I have I got a gray shirt on.
Gray basic tee.
And a gray shorts.
Ooh.
Yep.
Kind of like a different gray, though, isn't it?
There's zero logos. There's nothing.
He looks like a Sims character. You haven't even dressed him yet. It's just the base Sims character.
All right, so there's a couple ways this can go. If Matt had a decent hat on, I'd give him like a 7 or 8, and I'm gonna tell you why. Shia LaBeouf is Kanye West's biggest inspiration over the last 3 or 4 years.
Wait a minute.
And Shia LaBeouf has really perfected that casual white boy shit.
Hold on a minute. Wait, so Shia LaBeouf is influencing Kanye West?
Yes. But
that is wild.
Here's a problem. Kanye West is fat now, and he doesn't realize that the shit Shia LaBeouf was wearing doesn't go when you're a fat black man. You look like you took your whole family to Walmart and you're just ready to check out. It's pretty much, you look at how Kanye dresses now. Damn. No, it's bad. It's really bad. And again, I'm giving you guys sort of I'm giving you guys I'm grading the curve up a little bit.
Oh, come on. No, give it to me straight. Give it to me straight.
Nah, you because it's all about context, right? If I told you guys to wear what I put on the shelves in my store, you would look like morons. You know what I mean? So
Fair
the
enough.
one thing people forget about fashion is it's about context, right? Like you're not gonna go to Walmart or Target for that matter dressed in a tuxedo. You'll look like a moron. Now, if you got a hole in your socks for a wedding and you need to go get socks and you're at Target, okay, cool. But you're not gonna get dressed up in a suit and tie to go to, the grocery store.
Right.
So contextually, you guys are wearing what's appropriate for yourselves. Now, for Pike, I would say maybe you go out and get like a branded tee or a vintage tee, something that might be like, hey, it's a 1996 Atlanta Olympics tee or something like that you got from a thrift store. Then you get into like the 8 or 9 range.
What?
Right?
Wait a minute. An old ass
Damn.
T-shirt improves his score?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't
Older,
understand.
because this
fashion.
is old,
Yeah, it's
but
old.
not like cool old. Yeah, I get you.
Exactly. It just goes with the flow, right? You know what I mean? It's got a personal thing, so you can tell a story about it. Somebody will appreciate it.
Right.
Like so. For instance, let's say you work for a landscaping company when you were in like your 20s, and this was like Land Pro Landscape, and it's like, oh, this was a shirt I wore. This is how I made my money back in the day. Nobody's gonna shit on you about it.
Hold on a minute. So it's a conversational piece, and that's what that gives him fashion credit?
Everything about fashion should have a conversation about it. It's the reason why I hate to get like all like kind of serious about it, but it's one of the things that like sort of sets fashion apart from other things is that, everybody wants to dress the same, but if your piece doesn't have a conversational element to it, you kind of shouldn't wear it.
Even pants.
Whoa. All right.
I would say in the sense if you're trying to be fashionable, if you're just trying to look decent, like don't really, there's not really a need, go to Target, go to H&M, go to where else, Old Navy, Banana Republic, get yourself a nice pair of khakis or chinos. But when you start to talk about the conversation piece, what the real fashion dudes do is they go to those places and they get them tailored and fitted. And it's like, oh, okay, I see you. And what that does is you personalize it, right? Like fashion's a personal choice. So when you do those little tweaks, like I took this old shitty white tee and I tie-dyed it, it's a conversational piece now. You've personalized it. And that's kind of where fashion is right now. It's more DIY, personalization. Just some of the stuff that's selling right now is absolute trash. But to me, like I said, for what you guys are doing and for your space, you want to be comfortable. You know what I mean? Like nobody's going to be riding Joe Rogan for his shitty T-shirt. He made like $500 million or something. Like, come on, man. If he wants to get up there ass naked, he can do whatever he wants. I'm good with it. Like,
yeah. All right.
Probably legit get my whole body tattooed, and I just wear a towel every day to work. Like, face me.
It's all right. We don't like to talk about Joe Rogan because he's kind of our direct competition.
Yeah.
We're his too. Yeah.
We don't want to give him any more credit or publicity. For free.
I feel you.
I mean, he's been trying to get on this show for years, so I totally understand.
He dresses shitty.
Yeah, I know. The guy doesn't have a conversational piece in his wardrobe at all.
Contextually, when you got that private jet money, you don't even have to wear clothes anymore.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I totally disagree.
Look at Matt's face.
Goddamn private jet. Fucking dumb. All right, here we go. It's time now. Rich, I'm going to send you we each have 2 outfits, okay? And I'm going to send you Pike's first, and then I'm going to send you mine last. Here is Pike's first outfit. It's going to come through. It's going to come through on your phone there, and I want you to judge, and you can see it. It's up on the screen right now. This is Pike. This is the picture he sent me. This is his first outfit, and I'm wondering what you think. If you want to see it, youtube.com/Sparks Radio if you're listening on the podcast, okay?
Give me 1 second, guys.
No worries. Pike.
Oh, wow.
Let me accurately describe what Pike is wearing. He's got 2 outfits on essentially at the same time.
Let's start at the top. Let's start at the best part. Hey, relax. You haven't asked the story.
Yeah, it has the story, Rich. It's personal. It's personalized. Pike, please describe what you're wearing in picture number 1.
All right, so from the top, I'm wearing what looks to be like a white, dress shirt, a button up.
It's a nice shirt.
Maroon tie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's got a gray vest, so it's definitely something you would see at a wedding. Okay, but then you go down and it's buttoned up, a nice vest. You got yourself what looks like my swim trunks. Okay, they're like a plaid blue surf,
like a sky blue
trunk.
and a pumpkin orange plaid pattern
There's
going
a
on.
lot going on.
Yeah. So
Now, before you rip this, okay, let me tell you the story. Now, the top half is from the night before. This was at my bachelor party. We had gone to a strip club, and I was found passed out in a bathroom stall. Okay, I was drugged back to the hotel, and I woke up the next day without any pants. I was naked from the waist down, but I was still wearing the top. So then it was time to go to the pool. So I just quick threw my trunks on, and now this is where we're at in this photo.
Okay.
About to go to the pool.
And nobody said, "Hey, Pike, take your fucking waistcoat off."
They wanted to take a picture. This is why I even have a picture, because they all wanted a picture with me.
Yeah, that's because they were trying to roast you. They knew that this was all bad. Like this was, those people that took that picture were not your friends. They might have been friends, but those were not friends. Yeah, you know. All right.
So no good or what?
Hell no, that was terrible. All right, so I guess in all honesty, the big thing is that I don't got a problem with the waistcoat and the tie, and if you had on a pair of slacks. Dude, those shorts throw the whole vibe off to a point to where, that's another one of those things. Like, unfortunately, white boys got to get a plaid shorts a rest forever. I don't think they'll ever come back. Even in the context of swim trunks, it's like, nah. So I would say the big thing is context, right? There's no context where those two things go together. Now, if you were at, let's say you were doing one of those like Tuesday morning news shows and you're making like a drink and you've got like a table that's this high and they can't see your pants, so you're just going for comfort. Cool, because now you got the whole bartender motif going on, right?
Yeah.
But man, once you show them shorts, it's like, get him out of here. He's got to go. If I was a bouncer at a club, I would actually call the police on you.
Okay. What about the guy next to me, my buddy Cody? Like, he actually got up and chose to wear this full ensemble. Does that look stupid or what?
So Cody went back and wore what you wore?
No, Cody's there on the left.
In the photo.
Yeah, he's in the photo on the left.
Yeah. Cody's got on a combat ready tank top and some shorts. He looks like he's ready to hit your local beach or hotel pool. He looks like he's ready to pound some beer, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he was.
Cody looks war ready. Contextually, Cody is in the game.
There you go. All right.
Now, wait. I'm not saying what Cody's wearing is cool. I'm saying nobody's looking at Cody twice. You know what I mean?
He's ready for battle.
He's ready for battle, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so Cody can blend in as an assassin is what you're saying, but he's not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If Cody was a government marksman, he's going to shoot somebody, nobody would look at him twice. I'm like, all right, Cody.
Yeah. Cody.
You, on the other hand, you look like it's problematic. Let's just leave it there.
Yeah. What is happening? All right, here we go. Let me send picture number 2 of Pike. This is photo number 2 Pike sent in.
And this is the one I really was feeling myself, so I hope you like it.
Here is Pike. I mean, this is who you are, I think, as a person, Pike. I mean, I feel like if a picture embodies you, I think this is it.
Yeah, I won't talk over you, but I think it's good.
What do you got, Rich?
Is his head down? What? Yeah. Rich, you're cutting out.
Sorry.
Rich just took the deepest sigh since he heard Kennedy was shot. It was like,
Nah, so all right, so this is another one of them like comfort versus like, so contextually I'm gonna guess like maybe you just like did like an outing with the homies. You got like the combat ready all seasons hoodie that you can zip up or zip down in case it gets cold, etc. Right?
Correct.
Again, the t-shirt kind of no meaning whatsoever. And then I think the technical athletic shorts just really throw the whole fit off. You kind of go from like almost a gym rat to like Mark Zuckerberg's assistant maybe with the hoodie. It's just, it's just so too many disparate things going on. You know what I mean? I would have maybe preferred some long pants, you know, or just you ditch the hoodie. You know, sometimes, you know, the fashion dudes, they might take the whole jacket off and throw it on the floor so that way they can catch, you know, the meat of the fit. But for you, man, I'm gonna get that one a 3.5.
Wow, you are being
Yeah.
generous. That's a generous score. You look awful in these pictures, Pike. These are the worst.
Thank you, Sparks.
Yeah.
Yours looks stupid too. Okay, just so you know.
Okay, you haven't seen mine
We'll
yet.
be ready to, I'm gonna unleash on Matt.
Okay, you don't have to. Let me just say, I'm dressed wonderfully in these photos that I'm about to send you. Pike, you
Hey, real
look
quick-
like
fuck.
Hold on, Matt.
they
Matt,
look like
if you're
they just
wearing-
found you in this photo. They're like, yeah, there's some guy laying here next to the wall. Have you seen him?
Matt,
Hey, let
if
me
you're
ask you
wearing-
this, Rich. The shoes.
newsboy
I
hat.
never. Oh, go ahead.
I'm saying if Matt's wearing a newsboy hat, I'm gonna hang up the call.
I wouldn't rule it out.
I haven't
All
sent
right.
you the photos yet. All right, go ahead. What's up,
All
Pike?
right.
What were you gonna say?
Well, no, I think a lot of guys probably wonder with these shoes. I've got like just your standard black Adidas shoes. Like, what
Yeah.
do you wear those with? Because I would agree.
Nothing.
I'm not really feeling them with that outfit. But what, like
Nothing.
jeans, khakis?
There's okay. So again, one of the things I find myself challenged with my white brothers is that again, you guys go for comfort. You never go for the look. You can get both. You can actually do both, but a lot of times I actually blame. I'll blame white women for that. They let you guys get away with stuff that I, as a black man, can't get away with. You know what I mean? I wear certain
Really?
things, and it's like, what are you wearing? You know. So for you, I'd say never wear those shoes again.
Well, good, because they smell. I was ready to throw them
Yeah, I was
out.
gonna say, like, look, so a good shoe, a Stefan Janowski is a great shoe. Hey Cam, you gotta take that. Cam, you gotta take that elsewhere. You gotta take that elsewhere.
What is a Stefan Janowski?
we know what
Stefan
that is?
Janowski is.
I think he
a
plays for
Nike
the
SB
Mavericks.
shoe. Nah, Stefan Janowski's he's a skater. And he's got a nice little like low cut, low profile shoe that doubles well with a pair of chinos. It doubles well with shorts. It goes okay with a pair of jeans. Any kind of basic Vans is always cool. I always recommend anybody go to a pair of Vans.
Wow.
Era Authentic, even a skate high if you can find the right color.
Wow.
Just and they're just as comfortable. You know, I think you can get 6-7 hours of wear out of a pair of Vans.
Wow.
But just certain shoes, you just gotta be like, man, like they're cool, but like where am I gonna be seen at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I do find myself dressing like I won't go to the mall and flip flops because I don't know what can happen. You know what I mean? I don't want one day I end up in a magazine ad and I got flip flops on. I just look wild. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I don't wear flip-flops because
in the trash tomorrow.
I don't wear flip-flops because you can't run from the police in them. I mean, that's like the worst getaway footwear of all time.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Or the paparazzi in your case because they're coming, you know?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, Pike, two things. One, burn those shoes immediately. And two,
Absolutely.
stop getting hammered drunk in the desert on a dune somewhere. Is what I'm getting from this photo. What are you doing? Where are you
This is in
vacationing?
Florida. This isn't beautiful Clearwater Beach, Florida.
You cut out the person next to you in the photo, but it looks like you're hogging a priest, is what it looks like. The guy he's in all black. He's got one brown shoe. I feel like
there's a second.
yeah, I'm sure there's the second brown shoe, but it feels like they're like, hey, we found him, and we're gonna give him some refuge, is what it looks like here. Yeah. So, Pike, by the way, I'm giving you, I don't know what you give him, Rich, out of 10, but I'm giving Pike a 1 out of 10 for both photos.
Nobody asked. This is not why we're doing this.
Yeah, we are. We're doing this to try to be better at who we are as people, Pike. I mean, this is...
I'll take it from Rich, but dude in a gray t-shirt with no hat on, mind you.
No hat on?
Yeah.
I didn't know we had a hat.
How stupid does he look?
Let's see.
I don't look stupid. All right, here we go. Rich, here's my first picture. This is my first picture.
Right now?
I'm texting it in. I am, hold on. I am sending you this photo. I want to know what you think. This is the first photo. You see it up there on your screen. This is me sitting there looking super fly. There's not a single thing you can pick apart on this photo.
Yeah.
I wear that shirt still, and I Love it.
Yeah, that's another one of those shirts from about 2007 that I wish just never ever got made.
Oh, come on!
I hate that there's 17 different colors of plaid. I'm a firm believer that any white-based plaid should not exist unless it's a black and white buffalo plaid or tartan. But other than that, throw that shit in the trash.
No!
Make sure it never sees the light of day. There's no context with which that can be worn.
No!
There's no way you can swag that out. That has to go.
That's in my closet right now.
The best thing in that outfit is your wedding ring and your Indian tie.
No.
He's got it buttoned up all the way to the top like a nerd too.
Buttoned up all the way.
Rich?
He's got his kneecap out. You might be able to catch a little testicle cleavage. That shit's got to go, Matt. No.
What's wrong with my shorts? I was sitting down.
Yeah, I'm sure, but you got to, we tell ladies to cross their legs. You got a little testicle cleavage out. You got to, that shirt might actually be worse than your kneecap.
What? Dude, that shirt is awesome. Oh, no.
That shirt's got to go.
Oh, man, Pike.
It sucks, man. I'm with Rich.
Oh, man.
Way too much kneecap.
Yo, you know what's crazy? There's some white dude with a photo from like 2009 that has on Matt's shirt and Pike's shorts. and you know what's crazy? He hit skins that night too. Yep. He got some butt cheeks that night.
Oh, damn it. I thought I nailed that one. Okay, and then here's my second photo, and I just put this up on Instagram as well because I thought it looked so dope. So see what you think. Here it comes. It's popping up on the screen right now. Take a look. All right, there you have it. That's me. Okay. I was striking the BC Boys pose.
Okay.
That is a white rabbit fur bucket Kangol hat. I'm wearing a hat again. I thought hats score points in fashion. Yep. I wasn't sure.
Yep.
I have another angle, but it was like showing a lot of like crotch, so I moved my knee this time. Yeah.
No, move.
What do you think? What do you think, Rich? What do you think of this?
I'm actually gonna give that one a 7. Here's why though.
7
because I don't know what shoes you're wearing. I'm gonna give you credit. Like
yes.
If you had on if you had on a pair of like white Superstars or Air Force Ones, dare me.
Air Force One.
Any shoe you could have wore again Vans. Almost anything you wore with that, could have been good. However, again, the only reason why you're not getting a 4 or a 3 is because I can't see your shoes.
Okay.
I'm sure your shoes were questionable at best.
What if I told you I was wearing ankle socks? Because that's what I was wearing. I was in my house. I was wearing ankle socks. What do you think of the low profile?
I'm okay with the contrast of the basic black tee with the khaki colored chino shorts. I'm cool with that. I got no issues with that. I might have wore that a couple years back. Same kind of thing. Maybe with some like black Nike Dunks or white Forces, something like that to sauce it up a little bit to complement that. But
that's what I'm talking about. Yes,
I'm cool. You know what it was? And Pike, I'll tell you this too. The reason why he gets points for that, because that's a big risk wearing that fuzzy bucket hat and not looking like a toolbox. He looks all right with that. It's not bad.
I mean, I would I know you're the expert, Rich, but I would disagree. It looks like an old lady's hat.
Pike.
Old lady's hat. This is the greatest hat you've ever seen.
Matt had a whole period where he would just wear newsboy hats. And I
believe that.
Oh my God. And I'm like, if I never see another newsboy hat again, I'll be excited.
What is the matter with Kangles? There's nothing wrong. Samuel L. Jackson wears Kangles.
You just had on the bad newsboy hats. Like, bro, like the plain dealer does not need to get tossed out today. No. We're not doing no more. Matt, no more newsboy hats ever.
No.
Newsboy hats and that terrible plaid shirt, all that shit, burn it.
That's what I was like. I was gonna wear that like on the show today, and I totally forgot. I was watching the football game, and I was like,
logged out.
Don't log out. What are you talking about? Samuel L. Jackson. Are you gonna yell at Samuel L. Jackson for wearing Kangles all the time? No.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna roast his ass too.
What?
When are you comparing yourself?
Samuel L. Jackson wears the same Kangol hats that I wear all the time. What's wrong with that? You're saying I can't wear them?
It's okay.
I think the big thing is that, like, nobody wears Kango hats except older black men in like their like 60s who still think they got it.
Well, that accurately describes who I am, Rich. I mean, yeah, it's me, Charles Barkley, Samuel L. Jackson. It's
you know what? Let's do this. Let's create a fashion trash bucket list, or not bucket list, trash list.
Okay.
Those terrible plaid shirts, every single one needs to be in the trash and never needs to come back out.
Bro,
For
that
sure.
is half my. I'm not kidding. That's half my shirts.
Bell-bottom jeans for men, out. Never again. Those are never coming back. Bell-bottoms in any context. Wide-bottom jeans in any context got to go, right?
Yeah,
and then
I agree.
newsboy hats. Any hat with like the little floppy front with like that's got to go. We done with those. Yeah, we're out the way.
I mean, I don't think I agree with you on this one, Rich. I mean, I think I got to put my foot down.
What the fuck is a newsboy hat?
You know, what like the newsies were wearing, where it's like, hey, get your papes here, papes. You know?
Well, number one, it's not 1927. So it's like, do you need it? I just always think of what's dude's name? Tiny Tim from
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim wore a newsboy hat. And life wasn't so good for Tiny Tim. And that's who you want to ascribe to? Like, nah. You don't want that.
Polio.
See, I'm not. Look, I don't know about his health situation. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Tiny.
it was not good. Not a good.
Remember, Tiny Tim got laughed out of the soup kitchen for asking for more porridge. So that's how you. Come on, man.
What if Tiny Tim was wearing the newsboy hat with a polo? No. Still
Tiny Tim
no.
probably was wearing a newsboy hat with the polo, and the person shoveling the soup was like, "Yo, get out of here, fam! Don't come back."
God. All right. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of my newsboy hats. I was just packing them all up anyway. Let me ask you something here, Rich. We got some merch. This is like an indirect plug for the store.
Yep.
For the but I gotta mail this shirt. I got this shirt for Pike.
Yep.
What do you think? What do you think of this? The shirt.
It's cool. It's cool. It's effective. It's effective. It's effective apparel for wartime activities.
What do you keep saying wartime? I don't understand. This is not. You couldn't wear this to a club. You couldn't wear this.
It's cool. It's cool. It doubles as like, it could kind of go as like, it looks like a band tee. So it's like, it's your favorite brand. It's got a skull on it. Skulls are hot right now. It's symmetrical.
Yes.
It's cool. It's black. You know what I mean? It's really hard to mess up a black tee. If you mess up a black tee, you've done a lot of work to mess that tee up.
Thank you.
In the sense of like, you can wear a black tee with anything. It's my go-to now.
Really?
I buy black tees by like the 6s.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah, I wear one the next day. One might get a little ketchup stain on it, throw it in the wash, iron a new one. Black tees go with everything.
Hold on a minute. Did you just say you iron your t-shirts?
Yeah, I started getting into ironing as an adult, man. It's weird.
As an adult.
Yeah, you know what? I was watching some TV shows, watching some of my favorite, artists, and I'm like, oh my God, these guys iron their tees when they go out. That's why my shit looks so bad. Like, why I look crazy. Because, like, if you wear 100% cotton, you got to iron it. Like, Pike, I'll bet you your T-shirt isn't 100% cotton. I'll bet you it's like a cotton poly blend.
Feels like it, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Those don't wrinkle as bad. Like, Matt, I'm almost positive you're wearing a tri-blend rayon cotton poly fabric right now. That doesn't really wrinkle. But you go out in 100% cotton black tee, you're going to look crazy if you don't iron it.
You got to iron your t-shirts.
You gotta iron it, man. You want to look a little bit more sharp.
Okay.
What about lint? What do you do about lint? Because I have an issue with that.
If you wear the black tee, my recommendation is this is a pro tip. You keep a lint brush in your car and you keep a lint brush at your desk. And obviously, I got about 15 lint brushes here at the house. So I lint brush the tee when I take it out the washer or the dryer. I lint brush it after I iron it. If you've got the pill balls, a lot of people confuse the pill balls with lint. Lint can be brushed off. Pill balls are like those little tiny, little pellety, fabricy things you get on your stuff. Depending on what it is, sometimes it can look fly. Sometimes that means you got to let whatever you're wearing go.
Time to die. Just throw it away.
Yeah.
Sometimes
wow.
it's all about context, right? Like if it's like a dope vintage, we'll say it's a Tool tee from like 1997.
Now we're talking.
You keep that.
All right. You keep that one. All right. Good to know. Hey, Rich,
Yep.
can I just ask you a real quick question? Were you late
ahead,
to
go
the podcast because you had trouble connecting, or because you were like debating on what to wear? I mean, be honest with me.
Say that again.
Were you late to the podcast because you had trouble connecting, which you said in a text message, or were you just debating on what to wear?
Nah. So what I did is the whole thing about debating on what to wear is I plan ahead, right? So when I texted you guys at like 4:20, like, hey, we still on for 4:30. That's when I started planning my outfit.
Okay.
Right? I was like, oh man, you know what? I'll bet you Matt's watching the game. I know I got a little time.
Yeah.
I didn't really plan what I was gonna wear. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me get in the shower. Let me grab a hat. You know, it's got the receding hairline and all that. And then, like, you know, camouflage. Camouflage is important, man. Right? Hatfish. Shout out to all the people hatfishing out there.
Hatfish, yes.
But no. Actually, I just had a bad connection, and again,
All right.
I did that right before we connected.
All right. I just wasn't sure.
Rich, I'm just looking out for you, and I know you look way better than we do, but you do have it's like a fabric on your beard on one side.
Oh,
Oh man, was that there the whole time?
Yeah.
I did not
man.
even see it.
I've had an eye on it.
Yeah, you could have roasted me. I would have roasted my ass.
I'm just,
Yo,
I just had a lot of respect.
bro,
I didn't want to do that.
Good. Look, I've been beating you guys down for 20 minutes
I
now.
know.
Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Yeah.
And fashion and love and war, it's all fair.
Pike is like, look, Sensei, I don't want to object to any of the lessons you've taught us today. Exactly.
Sensei, it's a big ass booger on your nose. I don't know if you really want to be doing wax on, wax off of me right now.
Now I feel bad. Like I should have said, I didn't see it because my screen's over here, but the camera's over here. So I'm like dodging back and forth. Rich,
It is prominent for most of this video.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you know what? So is my shitty beard though, so it won't matter.
No.
Oh, I
no,
like
no.
that beard.
Yeah.
Like one of the things about fashion too is you got to be ready to get roasted. You know what I mean? It's like film. If you play a sport, you know, like nobody's perfect, so somebody's gonna find something wrong with what you're wearing. But the big thing that I would say is the most important thing is the confidence with what you wear, right? Like if you go out and you wear something, you own it, it comes across a lot different than if you kind of like, you know, you kind of got like a hokey, like sort of like demeanor about yourself. People kind of look at you different. Whereas if you go out and you just own the shit like a Shia LaBeouf, people like, hey, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Same with Joe Rogan. Dude can wear whatever he wants at this point.
Yeah. And again, please don't plug Joe Rogan. I mean, he's
Sorry.
Just delete it. We'll edit it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This will never make
Edit
air.
that out.
Yeah, that part will
Edit
never
that
make
out.
air.
Edit
Yeah.
that out.
All
We'll
right.
use somebody else.
Well, Rich,
You know, we gotta stand in for Joe, for that person, that guy,
thank you.
that dude.
Rich, you're on social media. Which one you want to plug? Because I love your art one.
Let's plug my @RichardGears on Instagram. That would be probably the only place I'd probably want to be reached at because I suck at Twitter, and I don't have a YouTube. So yeah, we'll do the @RichardGears. Is my little art doodling account.
It's amazing.
A little bit more PG than my personal account. You know.
I like your personal account, but you can find him on Instagram @RichardGears. You'll see right there on the screen the handle. It's spelled with a Z, and it's primarily mostly ink. Like you just do a lot of ink art.
Just pen and ink stuff. Yeah, you know, it's a lot of stuff on there I should be posting, but I don't because, you know.
Rich is honestly one of the best artists I've ever seen. So if you especially if you like comic books and that kind of stuff, I think he makes a hell of a Wolverine and a Batman and all kind of stuff. So I love everything you do. As a nerd, I love it. I love every single second of it. So definitely hit it up @RichardGears. Dude, you're the best. Thank you so much for coming on today and telling us about the fashion stuff. I wanted to pick your brain. I've wanted to pick your brain about it for a long time. And
For sure. Appreciate you having me. And then next time we'll work on getting me a better connection and hopefully getting this set up. And then who knows, maybe one time I'll be able to be there with you, Matt.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yes. In studio would always be the best once, of course, we're done with this whole thing. So definitely hit him up @RichardGears. This is @Pike Taylor Radio. What's up, dude? You want to say something?
I just want to say thanks, Rich. I learned a lot. I'm going to throw my polos away immediately, and I'm going to try to do better. I'm going to try to do better for this.
Stefan Janowski's.
Yep.
Vans, Airs, and Authentics. You will never be wrong. You never feel uncomfortable wearing them either. Your every fit will be like fire. It's like perfect.
That's amazing.
It's like sriracha. Goes on everything.
Okay, so let's just quickly recap. So you got to go with, can't just go for just comfort. You got to go with some kind of you gotta look presentable, right? So those three you just said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a couple things. So the big one is stay away. There's a context and a place for neutrals. A lot of times, people like to wear neutrals too much. So that's why I said the black t-shirt works, because it gives you that high contrast look, meaning you can go neutral khakis, you can go sweatpants, you can go joggers, whatever, with a black tee. You don't want to, you're an exception today is you're going for like a more comfortable fit. So you're fine as today. But in the future, you'd want to do like maybe your shoes look crazier. You may be wearing black shoes or white shoes, or you're throwing on a different colored hat to throw some of that neutrality off. So stay away from drowning yourself in neutrals. No freaking multi-plaid, crazy, ugly white base plaid shirts. No neutral polos.
Damn it.
No newsboy hats.
All right. I feel like you were just targeting me specifically, but there you go. There's your lessons. There's your
newsboy hats.
There is your lessons for today. Thank you so much. At Richard Gears on Instagram. You got at Pike Taylor Radio on all social media. Thanks, guys, for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Thank both of you guys for having me. You guys stay safe out there, stay COVID free, and take care of yourselves.
That sounds like a plan, dude. All right. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Rich.
Thanks, Rich.
Yep.